Hi, everybody. Captain Lou here with another extravagant few minutes live on our Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page and, of course, on 12 Ounce Sports and on our YouTube channel, which is 12 Ounce Sports, that we invite you to subscribe to get all of our great programming live or archived. That is at 12 Ounce Sports. Happy Monday, everybody. May the 19th, 2025. Happy for everybody except maybe the Toronto Maple Leaf fans and, of course, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Another no-show last night, a gut punch. Call it whatever you want. Call it an embarrassment. A lot of people are right now as the Maple Leafs fall at home in Game 7 yet again, this time 6-1 to the defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. The Panthers move on now to take on the Carolina Hurricanes in the conference finals that start tomorrow. Carolina, of course, dispatched Washington earlier in 5 games, so they've had plenty of rest. So this one gets underway tomorrow, Tuesday, that is, May the 20th. 7 games is what I think this one's going to go, and I'm going to go with the Florida Panthers in 7 games. Interesting couple of tidbits. Florida minus 125 to win this one. Carolina at plus 105. Brad Marchand and Seth Davis, they're the leading scorers for each team respectively. And 12 straight conference finals the Carolina Hurricanes have lost. The last one they won, Game 7, 2006. Who was the winning goal scorer in that one? The head coach, Rod Brindamore. Something kind of keep in mind on that. On the other end of the spectrum, it's going to be Dallas and Edmonton. They're going to get underway on Wednesday. Dallas took care of the Winnipeg Jets the other night in 6 games in overtime, 2-1. They're going to take on an Edmonton team that rolled over Vegas in 5 games. So Edmonton and Dallas, they get to reunite again in the conference finals. In the regular season, Dallas took 3 of 4 from the Edmonton Oilers, but the Oilers are rolling right now. They're the favorites in this one at minus 120. Dallas is at even money in that series, that Western Conference final. Give me Edmonton in 6 in this one as well. All right, let's take a look at the NBA conference final matchups. It's going to be OKC going up against Minnesota. That one starts tomorrow. Still, for the life of me, I can't understand why we've got no games tonight, and the Eastern Conference Finals gets the extra days off, even though they haven't played since Friday night. But that's the NBA for you. Nothing they do makes any sense, it seems like. The Knicks and the Pacers, the Knicks are the favorites in this one. It's going to start on Wednesday, as I mentioned. Give me OKC in this one in 6, and give me the Pacers in an upset in 7. I don't know. It's just kind of a hunch, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's go to Major League Baseball. The standings as of tonight, the Tigers still the best team in Major League Baseball at 31-16. They lost Reese Olson, though. He's going to the disabled list with a finger injury. He's going to join Casey Mize, who's got a hamstring problem. So the injury's starting to creep up a little bit on the Major League leading Detroit Tigers. They start a series with St. Louis, an inter-conference matchup, if you will. The Cardinals playing some good baseball themselves, 8-2 in the last 10. Quickly, a look at the standings. The Yankees on top of the American League East at 27-19. A big win last night, 8-2 over the Mets in that crosstown showdown. They've got a 5-game lead over the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays, both 2 games under 500. The Tigers, we mentioned, on top in the American League Central. The Twins had their 13-game winning streak snapped yesterday by the Milwaukee Brewers. They are 5 games behind the Tigers. The Guardians, who have lost 4 straight, are 5.5 behind, along with the Kansas City Royals. And in the West, the Seattle Mariners, they're at 26-19. They've got themselves a 2.5-game lead over the Astros and the Rangers, as both those teams are a couple of games over 500. In the National League, the Mets, with that loss, they're at 29-18. The surging Phillies are only a half game back at 28-18. And don't look now, but after that horrid start, the Atlanta Braves are a game over 500 at 24-23. In the Central, the Cubbies, with 3 straight wins, they're now at 28-19. They've got a 2-game lead over the Cardinals that we mentioned, who are going to be hosting the Detroit Tigers. Cincinnati Reds are at 500. They're 4.5 games back. And the Dodgers, who got swept this weekend against Anaheim, their lead is still 1 because the Padres, they got swept as well by Seattle. So they've got a 1-game lead over them. And the Giants are only a game back as well at 28-19. And the Arizona Diamondbacks at 25-22. They're only 3 games back as well. All right, we're going to take a break. We come back. We'll have today in sports history and today's birthdays as well, right here on an extravagant few minutes. Welcome back to everybody to an extravagant few minutes here on the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page and 12 Ounce Sports, and on our YouTube channel, which is 12 Ounce Sports. All right, let's take an extravagant look at today in sports history, May the 19th. Let's go back to 1984. The Edmonton Oilers won their first Stanley Cup as they beat the New York Islanders, who had their 4-year streak snapped 4 years in a row as Stanley Cup champions in 5 games. They lost 5-2 in Game 5. Wayne Gretzky with a couple of goals to lead the way there. 1974, the Philadelphia Flyers became the first expansion team to win the Stanley Cup as they shut out Boston 1-0 to win that one in 6 games. 1962, Stan Musial broke the National League hit record, passing Honus Wagner with 3,431 hits. And finally, in 1935, the NFL College Draft, they decided to begin that. It was invented, if you will, in 1936 is when it started. Today's birthdays: Kevin Garnett, he turns 49 today. KJ Choi, 8 PGA titles. He turns 55, and say it isn't so. Can't believe he's this old already. Bill Laimbeer, the player everybody loved to hate, except us Detroit Pistons fans, he turned 68. All right, that's going to do it for a look at today in sports history and today's birthdays. And that's going to do it for another extravagant few minutes right here on 12 Ounce Sports. Join us Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, with another edition of the Extravaganza with Captain Lou and Mitch, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, right here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page. All right, everybody, have a great night. Enjoy yourselves. And thank you for welcoming us into your homes, on your laptops, your iPhones, however you watch us around the world here on 12 Ounce Sports and the Captain Lou Extravaganza Facebook page. Captain Lou saying keep your heads up, keep your sticks down, keep your feet moving, and as always, keep your minds open.